Keb's late to the feast, so I'll just make sure we're all on the same page for the now. When you get down to it, we have 2 goals for this job. Fight back them 3 treasures, and mill the coves what cloyed them in the first place. You can be sure that the Yellow Jackets crew will be working her damnedest to beat us on the marks, and seeing as the fate of the guild is at stake, we'd best not drag our do-beaters on this one. I say we gravel them baubles before she even lifted anchor, and give her a proper reason to rage against us rogues. You seem awful keen on this contest all of a sudden, Jack. Well, here's the thing. I sent me a grievance to the Thalassocracy regarding the Shrew's challenge, but them paper shufflers don't care a whit as long as one of us gets the job done. So I figured I'd sail with the wind rather than against it. Besides, we wouldn't want to shirk our duties and force poor Captain Malala to blunder about in the scary darkments now, would we? How very gentlemanly of you. Well, them's the cards what we've been dealt, ain't they? Now stow your quips and let's hear what you've learned about them bloody treasures already. Aye, the treasures. According to the manifest of the Maelstrom vessel, we're looking to bite back the Corellian Star, the Silver Sorrows, and something called the Black Sarcophagus. Aside from the fancy names, I was able to whittle a few more details. The Corellian Star, for starters, is a big old blue diamond, what shines like, well, like a star, I suppose. And then we've got the Silver Sorrows, a pair of earrings that once graced the wattles of... Again! I thought wattles were eyeballs. I'm so confused. Are wattles ears? Maybe wattles are ears. I mean, these are talking about earrings, right? And earlier he said blow out your wattles. And I thought it was eyes because they were keeping their wattles open for sights of stuff. But maybe they just said keeping their wattles open because they meant like keeping their ears open, like listening. Okay, wattles must be ears, but what a dumb name for ears. Anyway, a pair of earrings that once graced the wattles of Sultana of Bolda. There's a tell there, but one that don't concern us at the present. Lastly, this black sarcophagus thing. I'm afraid that one remained a mystery no matter how much I poked and prodded. In any case, all 3 of these trinkets was recorded as spoils from official privateering raids. Now, as you know, a pirate will usually sell his plunder through a reliable fence. Sometimes, though, holding an auction is the only way to offload goods what is too extravagant or just too bleeding rare for the average coal to deal in. Our 3 wondrous treasures fell into that auction-only category. When the bidding began in Elport, the Thalassocracy weighed in with its ample purse, made some unmatchable offers, then organized a tub for the merchandise to be shipped back to Limsa. And that's when our marks swooped in and picked their transport clean. Had a few wids with them Maelstrom sailors as survived the attack, and they pointed the finger at the grinning curs. Problem is, not one coal's seen hide nor hair of the curs, not to mention their bloody ship since the raid. Sorry I'm late, Jack, but you'll want to hear this. Some of the cargo what was cloyed from the transport was just found during a routine inspection at the Lithagran checkpoint. Lithagran? Have the curs made landfall then? And what are the treasures? Any mention of them? Not that I've heard, but the jackets ain't done shaking out all the boxes yet. Then we better get eyes out there quick like. Sophie, Underfoot, you're fresh for a run, ain't ya? Come on, lass. I'll race you out to the checkpoint. I won our race. You owe me a pint, Soapy. Japes aside, though, it looks like Vakev was right about that cargo. From what I've been able to catch from the swaths at the gate, it seems the peddler was boned for carrying goods what was known to be aboard that transport. They carted the poor sod away in chains, but the cargo itself is still here. I saw a pair of jackets carrying boxes up that wooded ramp. We need to know what's in them crates. I get the feeling they won't open their gans for the asking, though. Not while this fool's challenge is going on. Do you think you could skulk over there and see if they found them treasures yet? Kinda feel like this is something you could have done while you were waiting for me. Two yellow jacket soldiers are inspecting the seized cargo. Approach them while cloaked by your hide ability and attempt to listen in on their progress. The yellow jackets are discussing the contents of the crates. This is all junk. No diamond, no earrings, no bloody black sarcophagus. Looks like we'll have to lean hard on that skinny peddler if we're to find them treasures. The sergeant says the merchant's still pleading ignorance. Claims he was hired to carry the goods through the checkpoint and not else. What a pile of pupil shite. I'm guessing the pirates have split the cargo and are trying their luck at every checkpoint. Captain Malala has already given orders to double the guard and inspect every cart and wagon what comes through. So they don't got the treasures yet. So they found not a value, eh? Benny. Thought we'd lost the contest before we'd even properly started. But, be that as it may, something don't add up here. Why would you order a coal to carry the goods through the checkpoint? No smuggler is that daft, surely. And even if by some miracle of the gods you squirmed through the Thargan without raising a fuss, why would you risk taking merchandise back to the city what you cloyed it from? No, there's a bigger picture here, and we need to take a step back to see it. Assuming the Curs hired this peddler to do their dirty work, there'll be someone in the shadows that's brokered the deal. And I just happen to know a cove what makes this business to oversee these kinds of shady arrangements. Thing is, the black marketeer bloke changed his haunts depending on how the breeze blows. Quite literally. In fact, I seem to recall the navigator's veil being shifted by a westerly this morning, so that'd put him... at Tiller's Rest. Nice and close. Why don't we go ask him a few questions before we head back to the guild? I pride myself on my memory of faces, but yours is unknown to me. Are you an earnest customer or an inquisitive annoyance? I must be sure of your intentions. And so what? You have some queering attack me? How does that make you know what I am? I guess you just want to see me fight with my daggers so that you know I'm a rogue. The dance is old, but the name is new. Put away your daggers, rogue. I have peddled my wares to your kind since the upright thieves stalked the night. Speak, what would you have of this humble merchant? Still tormenting the cults, eh, Granddad? We've come for information on a smuggling job. There was this peddler what was caught at the Lithragan checkpoint moving merchandise for the grinning curs. Pleaded innocence even when he had the screws put to him. You wouldn't know aught about the deal, would you? Every last sort of detail. Not a single grain of stolen sand passes through the shadows without my knowledge. But such prickly wisdom lodges tightly in one's throat. What have you brought to ease the pain of its passage? Spare me the theatrics, Granddad. Here's your usual purse. The sum is paid. The deal is made. May my answer sate your fickle hunger. Your hapless peddler was indeed innocent. He was but a beast of burden employed by associates of the grinning curs, and likely knew not of his freight's tainted nature. A pawn, if you will, a convenient decoy. There are those amongst my acquaintances who specialize in providing such services. Aye, that's what I thought. The curs wanted that coal to get caught, and now the jackets have had a taste, they'll waste their time yaffling every shite pie that comes through their checkpoints. Meanwhile, the real treasures are hidden away in the Darkmans, along with the grinning curs. Not the Darkmans, Master Rogue. The Mist. Aside from the traveling merchant, the curs' associates have spent coin on another piece for this little game. A navigator. One who is practiced in piloting a vessel through the Doxy's pool. The Doxies? The gods only know how many ships have sailed into that bog soup and never come out again. And that's where you say the curs have gone to ground? Now there's a trick that took some bollocks. Once their hunted tub was sitting dimber in the mist, though, it would have been easy to have these associates of theirs ferry the junk goods to Lenosha. Then the canny coves just needed to wait for the peddler to get boned and draw the glazes of the yellow jackets inland. We need to strike now. As soon as they learn the coast is clear, they'll free for open waters. A fair appraisal of events. Now that you know the location of your marks, however, it will not be so difficult to track them down. The Doxy's pool was once an impenetrable shroud, but ever since the calamity, the mists are far less constant. Narrow your search to the heaviest banks, and you will soon uncover those who wish to remain unseen. But now a warning. The mists conceal other dangers besides the dogs you seek. A careless step may land you upon the chopping block. The chopping block? You can't mean... Seems I found myself another lead to look into. You hurry on back to Jack and tell him what we've learned so far. Does the chopping block mean that there's someone in the limbs of armed forces involved, like a officer in one of the either the Yellow Jackets or the Maelstrom? That would be bad news. About time, lass. He was gone so long I almost sent the stray after you. What happened to Underfoot? So, our marks and their bitten baubles are snug inside the Doxy's pool, huh? I'll not discount the old man's warning, but we may not have a better chance to crash the curs and grabble them treasures. We board their ship right now. You, me, and Bakeb. I suppose we'll be needing ourselves a tub for the voyage. I'll have the Wids with Swornet and see that the dry docks can spare us by way of ship and a reliable crew. Get your kit together and meet us there. We're going pirate hunting. Alright, Sophie, I pulled in some favors, and there's a crew what'll get us close enough to scamper aboard the Cur's vessel. It'll be cramped up on that deck if we try to mill the whole lot at once. We'll soon find ourselves up against the rails. So we go in quick and quiet and try to knock them off a few at a time. Well, lass, are you eager to test your sea legs? Bet I am. Right, no one's seen us so far. Let's get to work. I'll sink me stabbers and the captain. Those two back there are yours. Follow me, Sophie. So much for not getting everybody's attention, huh? Jack just goes over there and just like, hey, I think I'll just attack and get everybody attacking me. I don't know how you found us, but you'll never find what's left of you. Let the growler off his chain. What's the growler? Oh, he's the growler, okay. Of course he goes after me. I figured he would. That's fine, I'll kick his butt. When I'm done with him, he'll be the groaner. Yeah, your big cat wasn't too much to handle. Yeah, job well done. Jack, I found me one of them treasures. Unless there's another fist-sized blue diamond on board, it's got to be the Corellian star. As for them other two baubles, I've tossed the cabins and been through the hold ilm by ilm, but there's naught else here. Well, we'll just have to ask all sweet like, won't we? Spit it out, Kerr. Where are you keeping the rest of your treasures? Heh, you think I'd spill me guts for the likes of you, rogue? Maybe you wouldn't, at that. But what about this partner you're working with? Algie, we don't need no partner. So, you're telling me this was all your own idea? You woke up one day and decided you'd attack a maelstrom transport right off the coast of Elport, then disappear into the loving embrace of the Doxy's pool. Not exactly your style, is it? The grinning curs are too bleeding famous for being the crew what turned their snouts up at privateering in favor of keeping to the old ways. You've only escaped the Yellow Jacket's grip this long by crawling on your bellies and snatching scraps what fell from the table. You ain't the type to sink your teeth into a Navy-owned vessel, no matter the prize. Aye, well, maybe there ain't no profit in being cautious no more. The age of pirates is swift coming to an end. Merrillweb won't be stopped, not by a piddling little crew like mine. That's why we've thrown our lot in with the executioners. That blue rock was just our share of the loot. The scraps from the table, like you said. If you want them other trinkets, then you'll have to take it up with our new mates. One job at a time, lass. First, we need to get these sinking coves and their tub back to the docks. Putting aside the issue of who gave the orders, there's no doubt that these was the codes is what raided the Maelstrom ship. Now, for a punishment what fits the crime. I was informed that a certain well-known pirate ship was spotted weighing anchor at the Moraby dry docks. I assume that this was your work? Aye, you missed all the excitement, Captain. But never you mind. The Corellian star is back in bob, and our sneaky little fumbles. And these must be the grinning curs. Degenerate fiends. How dare you ply your filthy trade in limbs and waters? How many innocent sailors were massacred that you might sate your vile avarice? Every one of your kind ought to be lined up and shot. A musket ball is the only answer for this rampant display of lawlessness. Wait. Do you mean to just execute him here on the bloody docks? At least take the buggers into custody first. And handing him over to you for lawful punishment satisfies the demand of the code just as well. We've already got the answers to our questions, so feel free to take him away. Do not presume to give me orders, rogue. You only managed to capture these villains and their ill-gotten treasure by employing unsavory and unconscionable means. Unconscionable, I don't know, whatever. Why, you're not more than pirates yourself. These bastards ain't worth the true pirate's spit. The upright thieves was formed to protect us from ourselves. Now they're just hunting dogs for the Admiral. Merrillwib yanks the leash and another buccaneer disappears. You rogues are traitors to your own kind. If it hadn't been for you... Aye, go on then. Blame me and Mikos for all your own failures. You knew what you was about when you defied the code. You knew that we'd be after you. We're done here. There are still 2 treasures left, rogue, and I mean to claim them both. I'd reconsider this contest of yours, Captain. Turns out this fish we're trying to hook is a shark, and it might just swallow you whole. What shark is he speaking of? And how could any pirate challenge the might of the Yellow Jackets? No, he seeks but to unnerve me. I'll wring the truth from these grinning curs, and we'll see who triumphs over whom. Yeah, you get him, girl. Except I'm on their team, so I hope you fail. Go, Rogues! Team Rogues, let's go!